Hello, it's Simone. I'm here to share day 26 of 30 Inks 30 days in September 2023. Why is there only, is that how many inks are left? 26, 27, 28, 29. Where's number 30? Oh, I think I had to put in another ink and that's going to be the last one then, I guess. Huh, interesting. I didn't make a, yes, I took out Sodalite Kiss Slab. And I was going to ask for your judgment whether this ink should be in there or not. And that's the reason why there's only 4. That's okay, because we're only 4 days away. That's so fun. So funny that there's so little. I can't actually, I'm looking in there. I shouldn't. So let me mix this up one more time. Let me pick a thing. And we are going with Chennai. The reason why I'm humming is because to me it feels like this ink could be very dry. It's very saturated. It looks to me like one of those Ryura Mekuyoi inks, but actually like a color changing in ink when it dries, but it doesn't dry to brown. It dries to a different color. I don't remember what it was. We will see. We will see. We're working on this right now. So let's figure this out. But it looks quite dry and I don't know what pen I would use this in. Oh, well, maybe I'm going to use this. And I am not going to use, there's a fine nib on here. I do have a medium nib as well. So what I will be doing is taking this nib out and then putting the medium nib in. There's so little pens left. Cannot believe I'm almost done. Let's check which one this is. So when I received this pen, I had this one. There was no tipping on there. And so it felt like a cursive or a stub nib. And then this must be the medium nib. Yes, correct. All right, let's just screw this in here. Alrighty. Cartridge is, would this work in there? Let's try it, or let's see if it actually, nope. That's so weird. This is supposed to be a standard international cartridge and it fits the Delrin Gravitas fountain pen, and I really enjoyed this converter, so I was like, maybe I can use this, but it doesn't really fit any other section nib units. So I am very low on ink cartridges. I'll be back. Okay, I found the Kaweco cartridge converter and it also doesn't go on well, but you just push in. I think I used this one last time, so I knew it was going to fit. So maybe the other one would fit as well. And the way I figure out if this fits this pen or if I need to not fill it all the way is very easy. I just screw it on and then I screw it back. And if this thing here, whatever this is called, piston maybe, has moved, the rod has moved down, I know it's not going to fit, but I can actually pull it all the way up. My cat is moving around stuff. Are you looking, do you see any teeny tiny animals? You know what cats are very good for? Infestation detectors, which isn't the greatest thing, but if your cat stares at the floor for no reason, maybe you should check if there's ants or bugs or spiders. All right, it's the funniest thing. The first video, first finish and first start video every time when I come back to the 30 inks videos is always a really lengthy one, because I feel like I haven't talked to my friends in so long that I have to tell them all the things. And yeah, it's sad. I don't have real life friends. I do, but most of them are online. I haven't. So you know that I moved recently And I haven't really found people with the same interest. And it seems to be much harder here. Like where I came from, of course, this was a super highly populated area, but there were Facebook groups for these kinds of things. And you would be able to search for those groups when you were like on Facebook. You would put in San Francisco fountain pen and then check what groups come up. But here, the only groups that I find are these buy-sell trade groups that are infested with spammers. So there's nothing really that I can find, or like I haven't found any local planner or anything. And where I was, there was always like these community and recreation programs and libraries that would put on programs where you would be able to maybe figure out something about like maybe a journaling group at a library or stuff like that, But I haven't seen that here yet. I don't know if that just doesn't exist or if I just haven't looked at the right places. There would be brochures Actually, we would get the Parks and Rec brochure sent to our house. And I haven't seen that here yet. And maybe they just are online. I haven't searched for it. Can you see how this dries? But it's really tough to find places, to find like-minded people. So I don't have any in-person friends. And the few that I had in where I lived before, in the Bay Area, I wonder if this is going to fail tremendously if I just stick it in here. I'm going to do this. Here's my personal shout out every time I am using this ink miser. If you haven't bought one yet and you are considering buying one, buy the clear one, because you can actually see if there's ink left. You can see inside. You can see how deep you need to dip in your pen, which you cannot see with the black one. So every time I use this, I just dip my finger in and check if there's ink residue, because I fear that I will basically ruin a sample completely when I'm one day. So now there's no ink left now. I hate that. Okay, that's okay. This ink I have looked for it because I really like how it changes. I have not found to be in stock anywhere available close by. However, I haven't tried it yet, but I think Terra Nishi Gentle Green, I think, could be a very similar behaving ink. And this one is Krishna Inks. Okay, it writes really beautifully in this pen. Where was I? Yeah, and so every time I'm not talking to you, I'm like, there's several days in between the recordings. I can't stop shutting up because I have to tell you all the things. Benu. I think the model is Ambrosia. How do you pronounce this? Is it Ambrosia with an S or Ambrosia with an sh? Ambrosia. Brown orchid. With a medium nib. I can already tell that I really like this ink. Totally. Absolutely. So before I turn off, I'm going to show you what I started preparing for. This is another old Hobonichi cousin, Avec, and I prepared for another ink journal inspired by this. I really like being able to see all the inks on one page or spread compared to, I do have the Wearingeul, I don't have it here right now, the Wearingeul one where you have 9 inks per page, and I really love working on that. I will be continue adding my swatches in there as well, but I think by having, I actually changed it further out. I tried it somewhere. Where is it? Not here. Is it here? Nope. Yes. So I actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 25, 28 on each of these pages. So that is 56 ink swatches. And I want to divide them up by colors. So I have here, I didn't realize that if I just move it further down, I can get more. Why is this, looks like there is some kind of, oh, yes, I got chocolate on here. Oh my God. So I have, this one has 50, the following one has 56, I think I said. Grids to put down ink of the same color family, and I'm leaving a page spread free because, as you can see, there is a lot of bleed through, so I don't want to have anything on this side. And then I'm leaving another spread for if I ever run out of space for this, I can make another one. And then I leave another spread blank, and then I start the next color. So I'm starting to fill in the grids. Here is where I changed over to the 56 one, because I thought, why not use all of the space? It doesn't have to be an exact square right here. And then I'm just putting these sticky notes on the back so I can get to those easily. I haven't done all of them, but I did check marks so I can, when I get there, easily draw the grid lines in. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm really looking forward to doing this. I was actually like, okay, how many days are left on 30 inks days? When can I start this? I want to start this when all of this is done, and then just go in. Oh my God, I'm talking too much. This is already like so long. In my Wearingeul journal, let me grab it. I do chromatography and I put the same colors, but I think I went way too deep in dividing up the colors. So these are light greens, and then I have these magentas, and then these browns, then I have these teals, and so it's like oranges, these brown reds. I'm not sure how deep I want to divide it up. I might just go with the rainbow colors and try to fit everything in so I can actually see, like, how does this compare to this, for instance, like, you know, because here I put Teranishi Inks Emotional Olive, and I think I put it here as well. So I haven't started yet. Just let me know what you think, because I'm still open to suggestions, but I'm leaning towards being very broad with the color families, so I can actually compare the colors visually. All right, I will transcribe and be back, and I'm going to shut up now. See you soon. Let's finish this video out quickly. Wow, this ink is so cool. It changes its color from teal to a dark green that still leans blue with some fantastic shading and gold sheen. I love it. this was so much fun to use. And if this was more readily available, I would probably buy a bottle today. The pen was comfortable and easy to use. No problems with the ink flow. I just really like the wet and smooth performance of these Benu Schmidt nibs. And I'm always surprised that this pen is so usable and comfy because it doesn't appear to be at first glance. And even though the section is smaller than I usually prefer, maybe because the pen is bulgy here where it rests in the crook of the hand, it still feels really, really nice. And I can actually see myself writing with this for long writing sessions. I did not have any problems writing this. So yeah, I am overall very, very happy with how this combination turned out. I wanted to point out that it seems like, or I hope it comes across on camera. I hope. You just have to trust me. This looks a little bit more blue than on here. And when I find this to be more green, where there are some yellowy hues coming out. Let me put this side by side. Maybe it's visible. I am not 100% sure. But this ink is really, truly more exciting on paper, where you can see that color shift more. When you write on 68 GSM paper, it goes down teal, like this color up here, and then it dries to this green, and it does have some sheen, which is really hard to detect. And I actually also don't really know what color sheen it is. Is it red? Up here it seems red, but here, down here, it looks more golden. On the swatch in the front, it's more red. I really don't know. And I would love to know what you think. Have you used this ink? And if you own Teranishi Gentle Green, have you used that ink? Is it similar, or is it just in my imagination? I am not sure if I have a sample of this ink or not. I might. I have so many samples ready to swatch, and I'm really itching to do that. But I thought I had it in my stash. Hopefully I do. If I don't, I would love to get a sample of that ink just to compare it to this and see if that is a viable ink as a replacement for this. I do want to just mention one thing. The Sailor Urameku inks are super amazing in that same sense, but they often dry to be brown. I wish they were more like this ink. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you soon. Bye.